Guys, Whispering Tactician here, and I thought for one of my first videos I would go through the international break and some of the fixtures that have been played over the last week and a half, and just see what's been going on since club football has not been on. So let's go through them now. I have basically started off looking at some of the European fixtures and some of the European fixtures that were played a bit earlier on, and I'm just going to go through some of the more bigger results. I think, obviously you can see some of the results there, but I think the shock of the day on the 24th was that Turkey absolutely dominated Holland. It was I watched the game and Holland dominated the ball. However, Turkey were more clinical. You can see there, 34% possession for Turkey, and Holland had 66%. Holland played better, but it's all about getting the result really in football, and that's what Turkey did. And again, you can see the scorers up there. Yilmaz scored a hat-trick, and Kanaloglu scored a really good goal as well. And Holland tried to get into it later on, but it wasn't meant to be, unfortunately. Now, again, some of the other results, like France drawing to Ukraine. Bit of a shock result because France are meant to be one of the favourites of the tournament. So it was interesting to see that they'd drawn. They've got absolutely amazing players in that squad there, and I'm sure they'll be fine. But it was a bit of a shock to see that they were held to a draw. So that's another result that really should, France should be winning. I know Ukraine are a decent side, but France should really be winning games like that and making a claim to be one of the best in the world. If you look at the squad that also played for France, I think Pogba was on the bench. Is regardless of some of the players he had out, that is still a good enough squad to beat, or good enough team to beat anyone in world football, really. That is an absolute world class lineup there. You've got the likes of Mbappe and Giroud that can hold the ball up, and Griezmann, Kante in there running the midfield, with Fabio, and a good defence. So it was a bit of a shock draw, and I'm pretty sure, they did redeem themselves really later on, but we'll get to that later anyway. So on the 25th, again, some other games were played. Germany beat Iceland. Spain and Greece drew 1-1. I didn't watch the game, but from what we can see from the stats, Spain dominated possession, which of course you would kind of expect. And yeah, they drew 1-1. Again, let's have a look at some of the line to people that played or whatever. The Spain, one thing I would say about Spain is that their squad does not look as good as 10 years ago. I think that was their proper golden generation of talent to come through. So I'm pretty sure they're going to hope that they can go a bit further again in this year's Euros. But yeah, again, 1-1 on Thursday, and let's pick out a couple more here. England beat San Marino, absolute routine win. I watched that game, and yeah, it should have, England should be beating San Marino by more, but at least we beat them. At least we beat them. Again, a very comfortable win. Calvert-Lewin scored 2, Sterling scored, Watkins scored, Ward-Prowse scored. It was a very routine win. Nothing much to speak about there. Let's move on to Saturday, and some of the results on Saturday. So again, when we look here, we look at Croatia. Croatia beat Cyprus 1-0. And it was, again, I did watch this game, I had it on in the background, and it was, it was one of them games where it kind of just bypassed both teams. I think Croatia were more looking, the likelier to score, and even when you look at the stats as well, Cyprus didn't really do anything. It was just a routine win for Croatia, which again you would expect. I know they lost. They actually did lose, if I am correct. Yeah, they lost. They did lose. I'm pretty sure they did. I can't find them. Anyway, that was routine for Croatia. And then let's move on to some of the later fixtures on Sunday. On Sunday, you had the likes of Denmark playing. Denmark absolutely smashed Moldova. And France beat Kazakhstan 2-0. Again, something you would expect. Italy beat Bulgaria. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at the lineups as well. Bulgaria. Nobody that you'd really recognise from Bulgaria. And Italy again, a lot of players that are doing well as well. The likes of Verratti, Chiesa, Belotti, Donnarumma. Like, they do have established players, and they have a very good manager as well in Mancini, who is doing his thing as well. And again, England won 2-0 against Albania. I think Harry Kane scored, and Mount as well. Again, a routine win. Tuesday, some of the games on Tuesday, as you can see on the screen. Netherlands absolutely hammered Gibraltar. Norway beat Montenegro. And I saw something on social media about this game, about Haaland hasn't scored in 3 games for Norway, and people see that as a crisis. I think that's absolutely crazy. It's crazy that he hasn't scored in 3 games, and people see that as, wow, like, this guy has not scored. It's going to be interesting where he goes this summer anyway. That was some of the games on Tuesday. Portugal also played as well. Portugal, Jota scored, Cristiano scored, and Goncalves scored as well. And I assume it was a routine win, but I'm not entirely sure if it was. I didn't watch the game. So, looking at some of the games on Wednesday, England beat Poland 2-1. Harry Kane scored a penalty. Maguire scored as well in the 85th minute. Poland equalised in the 58th. I only caught the back end of this game because I was busy doing something else, but I think a lot of people are frustrated with Gareth Southgate and his negative tactics. And not the likes of the Foldens not playing regularly as well. But again, regular routine win. Italy won, Spain won. Let's have a look at those two. Italy won 2-0. Penalty in the last minute. In the last minutes of the game. It looks like they dominated the game. Spain 1-3-1 routine win from what we can see. Again, I didn't watch the game, so I don't know if it was, if there was anything major that happened in this game. But again, it just seems like a routine win from the stats that we can see. like Griezmann is a better player when he's playing for France than when when he's playing for Barcelona, and I don't understand it. I think maybe it's because he's more of a main man and you know, well liked in the France squad than he is in Barcelona, but I can't really put my finger on it, to be fair. So those are some of the European games that happened, the qualifying games. Let's just have a look at some of the let's just have a look at some of the other ones. So South America, what happened here? Oh, it seems like a lot of the games were postponed, which I didn't know about. And it seems like, well, all of them. I think they played friendlies, but again, they're friendlies, so I'm not gonna go over these friendlies too much, really. I'm just more interested in the World Cup phases. I don't know if a lot of the other ones were postponed as well. Let's have a look. Oh, there we go. So, okay. Some interesting results here. Suriname beat the Cayman Islands. The Dominican Republic beat Dominica. Trinidad and Tobago beat Guyana. Interesting. Whoa, what happened with the US and the Canada as well? Canada beat Bermuda 5-1. Interesting results. That's you would expect Canada, because I know Canada are not like the best team. You know, especially if they get to the World Cup or whatever, they're not going to be the best team even from North America, but they should really be blitzing through their stuff here, you know. Yeah, Nicaragua beat the Turks, and listen, a lot of these results really, because I'm not too familiar with every one of these countries and these regions, it's kind of difficult to say, but you know, the likes of Canada and the US should be winning their stuff, really. Let's have a look at some other ones here. Africa, there was no World Cup qualifying for Africa. I know if there were friendlies, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm not going to go too much into that, because I just want to get through some of the other ones here. Oceania, was there any in there? Nothing there, that's fine. So it seems like there was almost nothing really for the other continents, really. Saudi Arabia beat Palestine 5-0, and Japan absolutely smashed Mongolia. We can click on that. Yeah, like that was an absolute mauling. Yeah, you can tell from the stats that was an absolute mauling. But again, you would expect that because Japan have been to World Cups and have competed, so that their pool of talent should be a lot higher. Some of the names that you can recognise, maybe the likes of Minamino, who plays for Liverpool, who's currently on loan at Southampton. Yoshida, again a defender. Let's have a look at the lineup. Yeah, they've got a couple of people that you recognise there, but again, Japan are a very well seasoned country when it comes to football, so you would expect them to be beating who's around them. And then let's have a look at the last region. I've had to look at all of them. I think I have, haven't I? Yeah, I think I have. Anyway, that is it for the World Cup qualifying, and looking at some of the results that was going around this international break. In my next video, I'm going to be covering a preview for the tuned to that. I'm gonna be back with a lot more content, guys. A lot of this is just kind of to help people relax. It's something I would like as well. I do try and watch a lot of the ASMR content to do with sports and football. I'm really intrigued by that. So if you are, please do subscribe. Please do like the video. Share it with people who you think might like it as well. It's really important to kind of get that out there because I feel like this community of people is kind of small. If I'm being honest, like it's not that big. So for any people that you do know that would absolutely like, something like this, for us to go through some of the previews and review some of the games that have happened, and maybe have our opinions on it and whatever. Cool, you know what I mean? I'm more than happy to go over stuff like that and make it interesting, make it fun, make it interactive if we can in the near future as well. Again, I'm really excited to kind of start doing this, and it's more of a hobby that I just want to share with people. Like, I would do this if nobody was watching, and that's kind of why I want to get started on this kind of stuff. So if you do like this content, if you want to see more stuff like this in the future, please hit the like button, please subscribe,